Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today. Chapter 201, Mediocre Talent, Too Arrogant. 5th rank evolvers who want to step into the 6th rank, the most important prerequisite is that their soul compatibility with their fundamental evolution path must reach a state of perfection. Once soul compatibility reaches 10 out of 10, the subsequent breakthrough is naturally a matter of course. However, it's easier said than done. Finding an evolution path that suits oneself, how is that an easy task? Sometimes, what seems compatible in early training may suddenly seem incompatible when reaching the 4th or 5th rank. Not compatible anymore? And those evolution paths that seem full of obstacles in early training, leading evolvers to give up prematurely, may end up being compatible later on. The Cosmic Human Alliance and the 3 goddesses encourage citizens to initiate and develop new evolution paths, even tilting resources towards this endeavor. Apart from a supremely secret, unspeakable reason, it is to provide numerous evolvers with more choices. If one evolution path does not suit, then switch to another and yet another. With more options, the number of 6th rank evolvers naturally increases, and once there's a sufficient base of 6th rankers, 7th and 8th rankers will continuously emerge. This creates a virtuous cycle. As for that supremely secret, unspeakable reason, it affects the top powerhouses not just of human civilization but of the entire main world universe starry sky. The Martial Tao evolution path is my own creation, highly compatible with my nature, so transforming soul compatibility, for other evolvers, is a huge problem. They might even waste hundreds or thousands of years on it. But for me, it's just a walk in the park. Lin Yuan exhaled lightly. If he had chosen the Shen Huang evolutionary path as his fundamental evolution path, the advancement of his soul compatibility would definitely not have matched what it was now. In fact, Lin Yuan was not suitable for the Shen Huang evolutionary path, and he was completely reliant on his against heaven's understanding to cheat his way through. But in soul compatibility metamorphosis, against heaven's understanding would be of little help. It goes without saying that had he chosen the Shen Huang evolutionary path, he wouldn't even have taken the first step by now. After finishing his training, Lin Yuan walked out of the main building and onto the estate's grassy field. His parents were leisurely basking in the sun there, despite the various entertainment activities available in the virtual world. Lin Shouqing and his wife still preferred reality, and only occasionally visited the virtual world for some fun. Oh! In the sky, a streak of light was flying swiftly. Lin Yuan didn't need to look to know it was his sister, Lin Yi. The evolution path that Lin Yi had chosen was the psychic evolution path. This evolution path was widely disseminated and did not pose difficult prerequisites to start training. One just needed higher mental strength than the average person. The psychic evolution path essentially develops an evolver's telekinetic power to interfere with reality. At the first and second layer, the attack mode of psychics is mostly physical. It involves using telekinesis to wield one or more weapons and then attacking the enemy. Similarly, psychics are among the few evolvers who can achieve alternative flight before reaching a higher rank. That is by controlling a weapon telekinetically, standing on it, and then flying with the weapon. Of course, this form of flight, whether in terms of speed or stability, falls far short of true flight. Let's see how the training goes in the future. Lin Yuan thought to himself. He did not allow Lin Yi to train in Martial Tao. No matter how much potential the Martial Tao evolution path held, it was not suitable for everyone. After exchanging a few words with his family, Lin Yuan returned to the underground training area in the main building. Just as Lin Yuan was about to continue refining the martial arts evolution system, the voice of the smart assistant suddenly came. "Master, Mr. Ao from the Heyu family would like to see you. Ao. Lin Yuan sighed in his heart. After learning from captain of the guard troops, Ho Ming, that Heyu Ao had a relentless personality, Lin Yuan realized that refusing the invitation from the elderly man in black, Bei Zhao, didn't mean the matter was over. Let's meet. After pondering for a while, Lin Yuan still thought it best to meet and clear things up. With a well-established legal system and the three goddesses ruling from above, as long as Lin Yuan didn't agree, Heyu Ao couldn't do anything to him. The virtual world. Personal space. Lin Yuan met Mr. Ao from the Heyu family. He was only 1.5 meters tall but had dark patterns on his skin, emitting an aura of nobility standing there. It's said that the Heyu family's bloodline is not purely human race but contains different species' bloodline. This phenomenon is quite common in human civilization. Procreating with powerful different species might give birth to a peerless genius. Younger brother Lin Yuan. To recruit Lin Yuan and continue with the business plan laid out by the Heyu family's think tank, Heyu Ao had lowered his stance as much as possible. He longed to return to his family, longed to sit on the throne of the patriarch second only to one. Mr. Ao. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. Both men took their seats. Heyu Ao didn't go straight to the point, but instead diverted the topic. These years, I've often watched arena competition videos and realized that our human civilization truly has so many talents. Like in the Dark Spirit Star domain, a peerless genius was born, awaking the dark elf bloodline and naturally feeling an extraordinary closeness to the laws of darkness. Such aptitude, casually cultivating any Dark Series evolutionary route, can easily transition from 5th to 6th rank during soul metamorphosis, and reaching the 7th rank in the future is also highly probable. TSK. Chapter 202. Heyu Ao said with a smile. Indeed. There are too many geniuses in the universe. Lin Yuan nodded, deeply agreeing. After becoming the 13th Peak Master under the Chikuan Star Lord, Lin Yuan browsed through intelligence information from various regions of the universe. Given the vast population base, it was possible that incredibly monstrous geniuses could emerge. However, no matter how high their potential may be, geniuses are merely geniuses, not strong warriors. Every year, countless geniuses of human civilization are assassinated by different species. The more talented one is, the more they need to be patient and keep a low profile until they have achieved significant strength and stepped into the 6th rank. But no matter how talented, one still needs vast resources to support them. Otherwise, their talents can only go to waste. Heyu Ao looked at Lin Yuan. Right? Talent is important. Resources are very important as well. Lin Yuan nodded. Why has human civilization been able to produce one strong warrior after another? Isn't it because human civilization has always been in a state of expansion, constantly seizing a large number of resources from other species and then channeling them to their own strong warriors? Lin Yuan, my brother, you haven't joined any other forces yet. Have you? Are you interested in joining under my command? Having said that, Heyu Ao immediately added, Lin Yuan, my brother, don't be too quick to refuse. 80 years, all I ask is that you serve under me for 80 years. Heyu Ao spoke earnestly. After 80 years, you are free to leave at any time. And during these 80 years, you can enjoy numerous resources that will smooth your evolutionary path. Many evolutionary paths? You could view any of the evolutionary paths collected by the Heyu family. Rare treasures of the universe, cosmic treasures, and countless evolution secret techniques? Lin Yuan, my brother, just say the word, and I will collect and purchase them for you. Heyu Ao sincerely looked at Lin Yuan. In reality, most of the conditions he mentioned were empty promises. The various evolution paths collected by the Heyu family? Even he had to pay a hefty price just to browse, let alone Lin Yuan, an outsider? But at this moment, Heyu Ao could no longer afford to care about these details. He had to secure Lin Yuan under his command first, and talk about signing a contract. As for browsing the evolution paths of the Heyu family, he had not mentioned how long it would take, had he? And serving for 80 years, Heyu had not lied. After 80 years, Lin Yuan would be over 100 years old, ineligible to participate in the arena competitions, and Heyu wouldn't mind letting Lin Yuan go. Serve for 80 years? Lin Yuan's face was expressionless. After 80 years, he estimated he would have already stepped into the 7th rank. Would he serve a disciple of the Heyu family? I already suppressed them so much in the arena competition. Yet Heyu still values me this much and is so tenacious. Lin Yuan felt somewhat helpless. He knew that Heyu and those powerful financial families invited him solely because of his performance in the arena competition. However, Heyu might have realized that Lin Yuan had hidden some of his strength during the arena competition, which is why he valued him so highly and extended a personal invitation. Lin Yuan, my brother, what do you think? Heyu looked at Lin Yuan expectantly. He believed he had done enough, not only making a personal invitation but also offering more generous conditions, and even reducing the service time to 80 years. Mr. Ao. Looking at Heyu, Lin Yuan said, I'm not interested in the arena competition, Mr. Ao. There's no need for you to spend your efforts on that. Ah? Heyu was somewhat befuddled. Rejected. Lin Yuan had actually rejected him. Even after Heyu had shown so much sincerity, he was still refused? Heyu fell silent. The previously enthusiastic expression quickly turned cold. Heyu was never a warm person in the first place. Everything just now had been a facade to show how much he valued the situation. But since Lin Yuan had outright refused, there was naturally no need to continue the pretense. Lin Yuan, are you sure about your decision? Heyu asked once more. I'm sure. Lin Yuan nodded. As the 13th peak master of the Red Kuan lineage, it was simply impossible for him to join the Heyu family, let alone Heyu's command. Very well. Heyu stood up. So much enthusiasm, so much attention, and it actually came in exchange for Lin Yuan's unhesitant rejection? This gave Heyu the feeling of having his sincerity misplaced. In terms of importance, Lin Yuan was not the most important among the more than 200 evolvers under 100 years old in the think tank of the Heyu family. But he was the first to explicitly reject the invitation of Heyu. Ordinary talent, too arrogant. Heyu took a deep look at Lin Yuan, whispered these words, and then his figure disappeared into his personal space. Considering the level of the Heyu family, the talent of a 4th rank like Lin Yuan, who was under 100 years old, was not top-notch. Of course, it had nothing to do with ordinary talent. Nevertheless, Heyu was annoyed and felt that Lin Yuan's arrogance was much heavier in comparison to his talent. He's still thoroughly offended. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. No wonder the little disciple that teacher took 10,000 years ago would eventually expose his identity on his own initiative. Actually, facing the last few threats from Heyu just now, Lin Yuan also wanted to reveal his identity as the peak master of Shursan. Then, watching Heyu panic and beg for mercy on his knees, even Heyu, the 7th rank evolver of the Heyu family, would have to come and apologize. But if it came to that, the outcome of that little disciple teacher took 10,000 years ago might be what Lin Yuan would face afterwards. Detected by different species through subtle clues, then subjected to frenzied assassination attempts. I've been low-key enough. Lin Yuan rubbed his temples. From becoming an evolver to now reaching the extreme of 5th rank, Lin Yuan had never left Kanglan Star and had tried as much as possible to avoid causing trouble. Which normal 5th rank evolver has not traveled through half of the star domain or several star domains. Although 5th rank evolvers cannot survive in space, human civilization's technology is strong enough to allow them to traverse the stars aboard space battleships. Even many 6th rank evolvers' primary mode of travel is to board battleships. This is also the mainstream mode of transportation in current human civilization. But Lin Yuan hasn't even left the planet to this day. And yet, he was still sought out by Heyu. If it were just an invitation from an ordinary financial power, it would have been just another rejection, but Heyu came on behalf of the Heyu family, and the Heyu family is one of the 5 major forces in the Chikuan star domain. Actually, even if I reject Heyu, it's highly unlikely that anything will happen. Heyu, no matter how bold, probably wouldn't dare to make a move in reality. Lin Yuan silently thought to himself. The various laws and regulations of cosmic human civilization strictly forbid higher-rank evolvers from striking at other citizens without cause. If one violates this, severe punishment is assured. If Heyu dared to strike at Lin Yuan in secret, he would have a hard time evading the investigation of the three goddesses afterward. Heyu would pay a severe price if he didn't die, possibly implicating the Heyu family too. Just that, one fears not the 10,000, but the what if. What if Heyu really went crazy? Lin Yuan considered things very comprehensively. After realizing that he had thoroughly offended Heyu, he began contacting his eldest senior brother. As for why not the teacher, should Lin Yuan have offended Heyu, the 7th-rank evolver of the Heyu family, he might have sought help from his teacher. But Heyu? He's not worth the teacher's intervention. The Chikuin Star Lord, Lin Yuan's teacher, had already given him enough help. Lin Yuan did not want to trouble his teacher with such a small matter. Virtual world. Lin Yuan arrived in his eldest senior brother's personal space. The eldest senior brother was the earliest disciple taken by the Chikuin Star Lord. He was also the strongest disciple, stepping into 7th rank early on, and has always been a role model for the other peak masters to learn from. Little junior brother? Why do you have time to seek me out? The eldest senior brother spoke warmly, looking at Lin Yuan with joy radiating from his face. Having accompanied the Chikuin Star Lord for the longest time, he knew well how much the Star Lord valued Lin Yuan. To the eldest senior brother, it was a good thing that Lin Yuan took the initiative to find him, as it could strengthen the bond between brothers. Eldest senior brother, there is an issue for which I need your help. Lin Yuan started to speak. Chapter 203. The robust eldest apprentice brother. Lin Yuan recounted the incident with Heyu to his eldest senior brother. How dare that youngest son of Heyu? The eldest senior brother shook his head. Even Heyu himself had to be respectful in front of him, let alone his youngest son. Little junior brother, how do you want to resolve this issue? The eldest senior brother asked casually. For him, the matter was indeed not difficult, even extremely easy. The simplest way would be for him to personally contact Heyu, to tell him to keep his youngest son in line. Given the eldest senior brother's status, a single word would be enough to shake the Heyu family, and it was likely that Heyu would be captured by his family the next day, perhaps even bound and brought to Chikuin Main Star to apologize. The eldest senior brother understood Heyu too well, very adept at weighing pros and cons, appraising situations. Of course, this method was not without its risks. That is, it might greatly expose Lin Yuan's true identity. If Lin Yuan chose this method, before contacting Heyu, the eldest senior would suggest that Lin Yuan's true body go to Chikuin Main Star. Eldest senior brother, I still want to stay on Kanglin Star for a few more years, Lin Yuan said thoughtfully in a low voice. Before reaching the 6th rank, Lin Yuan wasn't keen on going to Chikuin Main Star. There were too many powerful beings there, even under the Chikuin Star Lord's very nose. Lin Yuan had quite a few secrets, such as the door to the myriad realms, such as the martial arts evolution system. Before the 6th rank, an evolver's soul had not yet fully bonded with a fundamental evolution path, and was prone to having their secrets perceived. Lin Yuan was not worried about the door to the myriad realms, since even the virtual world could not replicate it, and he estimated that the Chikuin Star Lord would not be able to detect the reality of the door to the myriad realms. But the martial path, evolutionary path. Right now Lin Yuan's soul was slowly aligning with the martial path, evolutionary path, at a critical moment. If the powerful beings on Chikuin Main Star noticed something, it would be a significant risk. With the current potential of the martial path, evolutionary path, the exposure of its creator's identity would be far more severe than if Lin Yuan were to reveal his identity as the peak master of the 13th peak of the Red Kuan lineage. Don't want to leave Kanglin Star? The eldest senior brother stroked his chin. This meant that he couldn't warn the Heyu family openly. I know what to do now. The eldest senior brother nodded and looking at Lin Yuan said, Don't worry, little junior brother. Just focus on your cultivation on Kanglan Star. That Heyuao will absolutely have no chance to make a move against you. And he will not be detected by those divination evolutionary path evolvers, capturing any information regarding little junior brother's true identity. The eldest senior brother's expression became slightly solemn. Divination evolutionary path evolvers, weak individually, wield considerable influence over the grand scheme of things. In the history of human civilization, there have been several top diviners who used the cosmic starry sky as a chessboard, and many peak clans as pawns, laying out their plans freely. It's just that top-level diviners are too rare, and the top diviners of human civilization are all stationed in the human central starfield light-years away, planning for other clans. Then thank you very much, eldest senior brother, Lin Yuan said earnestly. For the eldest senior brother to agree to Lin Yuan's request without hesitation from his lofty position was indeed precious. Even other 7th rank evolvers may not necessarily get the eldest senior brother to do them a favor. Between brothers, what's there to thank? The eldest senior brother said nonchalantly. I'm waiting for you, my little junior brother, to step into the 6th rank and join me for a drink. At Kanglan Star, Central Continent Manor. Lin Yuan opened his eyes, resolute in his heart. Although he was almost certain that Heyuao would not act rashly, he also had to consider the most extreme possibility. Getting the assurance from the eldest senior brother, Lin Yuan let out a sigh of relief. The 6th rank. As long as I can step into the 6th rank, my soul fully aligned with the martial path evolutionary path. Others will not be able to discern which evolution path I am cultivating. Lin Yuan thought to himself. The 6th rank represented a qualitative transformation for Lin Yuan. This transformation related not only to strength but also to identity. As long as he stepped into the 6th rank, his ability to protect himself would greatly increase, and he could reveal his identity as the peak master of the 13th peak openly, appearing before everyone in his true form. No need to hide as he was now. In his personal space, Heyuao sat on the throne, his face dark. Young master. The elderly man dressed in a black suit named Bei Zhao appeared, bowing to Heyuao sitting on the throne above. That Lin Yuan, he refused me, Heyuao said, looking down at Bei Zhao. He refused even the young master's personal invitation? Bei Zhao's expression was one of astonishment. A personal invitation from a direct descendant of the Heyu family was a great honor. How could Lin Yuan dare to refuse? So, young master, what do you plan to do? The black-suited Bei Zhao inquired tentatively. What do I plan to do? What do you think I should do? It's just a genius from a backward middle-grade life planet. His refusal of the young master's invitation is his own loss. There's no need for the young master to concern himself with it. Just continue to recruit other evolvers, Bei Zhao tentatively said. He implied it was better to avoid unnecessary trouble and not waste time on such a person. No. He is no ordinary genius, Heyuao growled. Lin Yuan was one of the 223 evolvers singled out by the think tank of the Heyu family. They had the potential to shine in the star domain level tournament, earning vast wealth for Heyuao. Such a genius must be controlled by Heyuao himself. The young master must have Lin Yuan? Bei Zhao continued to inquire. Yes, Yuan nodded. It's not difficult, just somewhat troublesome. Bei Zhao mused for a moment. Speak up. Heyuao's spirit rose. Since Lin Yuan is unwilling to join the young master's ranks, then force him to join, Bei Zhao stated. Chapter 204. Coercion. Heyuao frowned. We can't violate the laws and regulations of the Alliance. The cost of violating the laws and regulations of the Alliance was enormous, and he, Heyuao, would only consider doing so at a critical moment. For instance, when competing for the position of clan leader. To do it for Lin Yuan still wasn't worthwhile. Of course. Bai Zhao nodded. He too had never thought of violating the laws and regulations. The reason Lin Yuan is unwilling to join the young master's ranks is probably due to his feelings for Kanglan Star, his nostalgia for his homeworld. Bei Zhao began to speak. The homeworld indeed held a unique place in many evolvers' hearts. Powerful evolvers roamed the vast expanse of the universe, witnessing planets with diverse customs, but they only had one homeworld. Continue. Heyueo looked at Beizhao. Given that, we could start with Kanglin's star. Beizhao paused for a moment and then continued. If I remember correctly, the Heyu family has had quite a few trade dealings with Kanglin's star in past years. As one of the 5 major forces in the Chikuin star domain, the Heyu family's extensive scale meant it had interstellar trade with most of the planets within the star domain. This was normal. Certain rare ores and scarce raw materials on Kanglin's star needed to go through the Heyu family's trade association to be quickly monetized. There were also various shopping channels that went through the Heyu family. You mean? Heyueo's eyes lit up. With the young master's status, he completely has the power to sever the family's trade with Kanglin's star. When that time comes, the young master can say that the family's refusal to trade with Kanglin's star is entirely due to that Lin Yuan's lack of appreciation. Beizhao smiled slightly. Unless something unexpected happens, Lin Yuan will inevitably endure the verbal and written condemnation of countless citizens of Kanglin's star, perhaps even become the sinner of the entire planet. By then, he will understand the young master's power and status, and will likely come over and submit of his own accord. Excellent, excellent. Heyueo's face showed a smile. Severing trade with Kanglin's star did not violate alliance laws and regulations. After all, human civilization advocates free trade. If I don't want to trade with you, surely the 3 goddesses won't force us? This method might cost the young master some of his connections, as severing interstellar trade with Kanglin's star is a method that harms both sides.
Beizhao cautiously inquired.
Heyueo was still in the stage of being tested by his family and had limited resources and means at his disposal. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Heyueo shook his head. Severing trade with Kanglin's star could simply involve selecting other planets, merely increasing the cost somewhat. As someone of noble status, Heyueo certainly had that right. You may leave now. Heyueo looked down at Beizhao. Yes. The elderly man named Beizhao, dressed in a black suit, vanished into the distance. Sitting on the throne, Heyueo pondered for a while before starting to contact an elder. After a short while, a holographic screen appeared in front of Heyueo. A man dressed in a loose coat looked at Heyueo. Xiao-Ao, what do you need? The man in the loose coat asked indifferently. Second uncle. Heyueo had already risen from his throne and bowed respectfully. Second uncle, I want to sever all trade between our family and Kanglin's star. Heyueo stated his intention directly. Kanglin's star. The man in the loose coat pulled up information on the planet and furrowed his brow. It's just a middle-grade life planet. How did it offend you? Xiao-Ao? The man in the loose coat, a senior member of the Heyu family, was in charge of all the family's trade in the Dawn Star system. With a word from him, severing trade with Kanglin's star was a simple matter. I wanted to recruit a genius evolver from Kanglin's star to participate in the star domain level arena battle for me, but he refused. Heyueo said. Just for that. The man in the loose overcoat furrowed his brows tightly. If it were merely about failing to recruit the desired person and thus resorting to using the power of the Heyu family to oppress the other party, the man in the loose overcoat would be very disappointed with Heyueo. Second uncle. This person is very important to me. Heyueo gritted his teeth as he divulged the matters of the family's think tank. So it's a genius evolver selected by the think tank. The man in the loose overcoat's expression turned grave. Over tens of thousands of years, the Heyu family's think tank had accrued innumerable merits. Especially that chief of the think tank who had initially advised Heyuemo to move the entire clan to the Chikuin star domain. That was what led to the present glory of the Heyu family. I'll cut off trade with Kanglin's star. Little Ao, you must also try hard to show those in the clan. After speaking, the man in the loose overcoat ended the call with Heyueo. Mr. Lin, since you've rejected that Heyueo's recruitment, the other party will definitely take follow-up actions. It's highly likely that they will tamper with the interstellar trade of Kanglin's star. Within the main building of the manor, captain of the guard troops Ho Ming analyzed. I think so too. Lin Yuan nodded. His parents and younger sister were all in the manor. The whole family was under the protection of Kanglan Star's planetary defense system, and coupled with the surveillance from the goddess of wisdom, Heiyuao simply couldn't find a place to threaten Lin Yuan. With the influence of the Heiyu family, all they could do was cut off trade with Kanglan Star, then transfer the pressure onto Lin Yuan. That Heiyuao thinks that, because I'm not accepting recruitment, I immensely value Kanglan Star and don't want to part with this place. Lin Yuan thought to himself. Even if they cancel trade with Kanglan Star and blame everything on you, Mr. Lin, at most it would just cause other citizens of Kanglan Star to have some opinions. As long as Mr. Lin doesn't mind these, it will be of no consequence. The captain of the guard troops stole a glance at Lin Yuan. In fact, while he made it sound simple, when one actually becomes the center of endless public opinion, the person in the midst of it all might feel differently. I won't mind it. Lin Yuan shook his head as he spoke. Even when he was the most vilified demon of the 5 domains known as Xiahou Yuan during his 4th traversal, Lin Yuan didn't care, so why would he now? What we need to be cautious about now is, after Heiyuao cuts off trade with Kanglan Star and realizes that it doesn't affect you, Mr. Lin, whether they might make other extreme moves. A trace of worry appeared on Captain Ho Ming's face. People aren't AIs, they have emotions, desires, and thus impulsiveness too. Ho Ming was worried that Heiyuao, driven to desperation, might take reckless actions, no matter how unlikely that possibility. It doesn't matter. Lin Yuan's expression remained calm. He had already met the senior brother and informed him about Heiyuao's actions. The senior brother had also assured that nothing untoward would happen. I wonder what measures or methods the senior brother plans to use to defend against Heiyuao. Suddenly, Lin Yuan felt a bit curious. The spaceship landing area of Kanglan Star. A bald, burly man stepped out. Woowoo, is this Kanglan Star? The place where my junior brother grew up from childhood. The bald man took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and savored the moment. If my junior brother wants to cultivate quietly on Kanglan Star without being disturbed by that Heiyuao, the most foolproof method is naturally for me to come over and personally sit in on Kanglan Star. With me on Kanglan Star, Heiyuamo himself wouldn't dare make a fuss. After leaving the spaceship landing area, the bald man casually found a place to stay. With his strength, a single thought was enough to envelop the entire Kanglan Star, and not even the planetary defense system detected his presence. This avatar of mine, recently refined, is unknown to the outside world. With my true body situated on Chikuan main star, those divination-class evolvers unaware of this avatar can't possibly divine any useful information. The bald man gazed in the direction of the central mainland. He merely sensed the aura of the central mainland without probing deeper, so Lin Yuan wouldn't detect it. Just a few decades. As long as I can leave a good impression in my junior brother's heart, it's completely worth it. Now, the bald man even hoped that Heiyuao would become more impulsive. At the very least, it would allow him to demonstrate his value and not make this trip in vain. Chapter 205, Double Protection. Heiyuao, you'd better exert yourself. Best send over a 6th rank evolver team for me to crush to death. Then I can openly step in and save my little junior brother from danger. With that, wouldn't he be utterly moved? Hoo. Lazily leaning against a roadside chair, the bald man relished the thought in his mind. Given his status, he could naturally warn the Heiyu family directly. But doing so would not fulfill his little junior brother's request to continue training on Kanglan Star for a few more years. A direct warning from a Red Kuan lineage Great Peak Master would certainly draw extensive scrutiny from powers within this star domain and the surrounding ones. For instance, what exactly happened that prompted a Great Peak Master of the Red Kuan lineage to personally step forward and warn the Heiyu family? It turned out to be Heiyu Mo's little son. Such an insignificant figure, why would he catch the attention of a Great Peak Master? Oh, it's because this little son is using the Heiyu family's influence to suppress a talented evolver named Lin Yuan on Kanglan Star. A mere middle-grade life planet talent evolver, How could he draw the attention of a dignified Red Kuan lineage Great Peak Master? Once this conclusion is reached, it will definitely lead some to speculate whether Lin Yuan's true identity might be related to the 13th Peak Master of the Red Kuan lineage. Or even, could he actually be the 13th Peak Master? Of course, the above speculation might simply be one of many possibilities. However, as it concerns the mysterious 13th Peak Master, even a mere possibility or speculation, once known by different species, will not be overlooked. They would rather erroneously kill than allow the potential 13th Peak Master to rise. Of course, the bald man could also warn the Heiyu family and Heiyu Mo in secret. But if Heiyu Ao makes an illogical reaction afterward, such as suddenly sparing Lin Yuan or suddenly being recalled to the Heiyu family, it will still provoke reactions from the outside world. Those divination class evolvers will deduce useful information from minor news reports. And furthermore, the bald man didn't fully trust the Heiyu family. If he warned them in secret, external forces wouldn't know. But the Heiyu family would definitely be aware, right? What if they started harboring other thoughts? Thus, for the bald man, the most secure method was to personally stay on Kanglan Star. As long as he was there, no matter what changes occurred outside, even if Kanglan Star collapsed and the nearby constellation system was destroyed, he was confident he could ensure his little junior brother would not suffer any harm. Although his current body was a recently consolidated avatar, it was not much weaker than his original self. And since he had never revealed it before, the outside world was also unaware of this avatar, using it to protect his little junior brother. Nor would some crafty divination class evolvers notice anything. Central Continent Manor. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged in the underground training area. It's a pity. Since I uploaded the 5th rank chapter of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path, the Goddess of Wisdom took the initiative to unlock my information blockade and forged a normal growth trajectory. Lin Yuan sighed. A blockade of information is both a protection and a warning. If someone wanted to deal with Lin Yuan and then check the information, finding it blocked would undoubtedly make them cautious. But for a citizen under an information blockade, if their significance exceeds a certain limit, then the information blockade has the flavor of giving oneself away. Indeed, citizens under information blockade are not limited to founders of evolutionary paths. There are talents in evolution, culinary arts, science research, art domains, and so on. But today's martial arts evolutionaries, having the potential to advance to the 8th layer, means that Lin Yuan may become a new evolution scholar in the future. Such important talent, if still under information blockade, once people look into it, would certainly draw attention and become a bit risky. How to truly protect a talent? That is to make this talent indistinguishable from ordinary people. Even if others checked Lin Yuan's information, they would only see the information made up by the Goddess of Wisdom, thinking that Lin Yuan is just an ordinary 4th rank evolver with potential who may have a chance to step into the 5th rank in the future. Nothing more. As such, even if targeted, he wouldn't attract too much attention, not worth the different species paying a high price to assassinate. Of course, an evolver important enough for the Goddess of Wisdom to personally forge information would definitely be arranged for other protective measures. On the other side of Kanglan Star, a man of dwarfish stature was savoring gourmet food. Ah! This planet may be backward, but the food is not bad. The dwarfish man strolled casually, startling numerous young, beautiful female citizens who scurried away in fright. What's the matter? Never seen a member of the demonic mouse race before? The dwarfish man puffed out his round belly, utterly unconcerned. The demonic mouse race, one of the starbound ethnic groups that fully submitted to human civilization, had completely integrated into the human race over millions of years. However, they are still quite rare on some middle-grade life planets. The females on this planet really don't meet my standards. Not nearly as adorable as those little potatoes from the demonic mouse race. After walking a bit, the dwarfish man stopped and glanced in the direction of the central mainland from afar. The Goddess of Wisdom has gone to great lengths to protect that person, forcibly transferring me from the border battlefield to carry out a secret mission, coming to this planet incognito as a bodyguard. The dwarfish man sighed. He, a 7th rank peak existence, even on the border battlefield, could revel in slaughter, truly imposing. But now, he had to roam aimlessly on a middle-grade life planet. Chapter 206. However, the more it happens, the more it proves the importance of that person. The goddess would not do something meaningless, nor would she waste alliance resources. The dwarf thought to himself. The task assigned by the goddess is to protect that talented evolver named Lin Yuan until the 6th rank. The dwarf had also looked up information about Lin Yuan. Of course, the information he found had been disguised by the goddess of wisdom. Only some superficial information was available. This Lin Yuan, currently at the 4th rank, certainly has some talent and might step into the 5th rank, but the 6th rank. The dwarf felt he might need to stay on this planet for several hundred years. Just treat it as a rest. The dwarf decided not to think further. Half a month later, the Heyu family gradually severed its trade with Kanglan Star. Suddenly, many corporate groups on Kanglan Star plunged into panic. These groups, all relying on trade with the Heyu family for profit, found it unnerving that the Heyu family would rather breach the contract and pay the penalty than continue relations with Kanglan Star. This naturally left these corporate groups somewhat frightened. What exactly is going on? Weren't we cooperating well before? Our group develops rare metals that only the Heyu family can afford. If they leave, who do I partner with? The business circles of Kanglan Star were suddenly in an uproar, discussing animatedly. Mr. Heyu-tsang, why would you want to sever trade with us on Kanglan Star? A director of one of the groups contacted a member of the Heyu family responsible for trade with Kanglan Star. If only 1 or 2 companies stopped cooperation, it might be an emergency situation, but now all Heyu family business concerning Kanglan Star had been halted. Clearly, some higher-up was targeting Kanglan Star. Don't know? Your own actions on Kanglan Star, and you still don't know? Heyu-tsang, with a proud expression and frowning, asked. I really don't know. The corporate director looked helpless. Please enlighten me, sir. Maybe there's still a chance for remediation. Is there an evolver on your planet named Lin Yuan? Heyu-tsang spoke assertively. This Lin Yuan dared to reject Mr. Ao's invitation. Our Mr. Ao was so sincere, offering such favorable conditions, yet he was rejected. Is he looking down on the Heyu family? Your Kanglan Star has brought up such a citizen, so there's no need for the Heyu family to continue cooperation with you. Having said that, Heyu-tsang immediately cut off the communication. Lin Yuan. The corporate director felt a chill in his heart, obviously aware of who Lin Yuan was, the champion of the last combat tournament, a prominent figure on Kanglan Star. But now, Lin Yuan had somehow offended the colossal Heyu family? Lin Yuan was aware of the changes in public opinion on Kanglan Star. This Heyu Ao is indeed using trade to pressure Kanglan Star, shifting all the public opinion pressure onto me. Lin Yuan browsed through the virtual world, thinking to himself. Now on Kanglan Star, the trend in public opinion had already started to blame Lin Yuan. Blaming Lin Yuan for why he rejected Mr. Ao's invitation? Blaming Lin Yuan for why he implicated Kanglan Star? Blaming Lin Yuan for why he still hasn't apologized to Heyu Ao? All the weights of these speeches fell upon Lin Yuan's shoulders. The world's disdain, the pointing of 1,000 fingers. These were not enough to describe it. Does Heyu Ao think that because I am young and lack experience, I cannot withstand the public opinion pressure from billions of people? Ending up begging for his mercy? A trace of derision appeared on Lin Yuan's face. In fact, an ordinary person, even a 4th-rank evolver, might indeed not be able to withstand this immense pressure. But Lin Yuan was no ordinary person. Having experienced 4 passages through time and the passage of 700 to 800 years, if Lin Yuan couldn't bear this much pressure, then those passages would have been in vain. Breaking the situation is rather simple. Just use the influence of the Red Kuan lineage. However, doing so would mean I'd have to head to the Chikuan main star earlier, and the secrets of the Martial Path evolutionary path might also be exposed. Lin Yuan's face was calm as his thoughts flowed. Besides, the best tactic was naturally to ignore the external pressures. Just by advancing to the 6th rank, all his troubles and dilemmas would naturally resolve themselves. Song Lan Star Virtual World. Governor Song Wuyong took the lead to discuss with the directors of many current groups a strategy concerning the severed trade ties with the Heiyu family. Let's talk. What's the situation now? Governor Song Wuyong sat in the chief seat, looking at everyone participating in the meeting. Governor Song, the Heiyu group has voluntarily cut off contact. Although they've compensated us with the standard breach of contract fee as per the agreement, this fee can only solve our problems temporarily. The most important matter now is to find new trade partners. However, the influence of the Heiyu family is too vast. They would rather pay the breach of contract fee than maintain their relationship with Kanglan Star, which discourages other powers from getting close to us. The Heiyu family has abandoned the trading planet. Other powers taking over. Is that a declaration of hostility toward the Heiyu family? It is exactly this concern that even if the group powers on Kanglan Star offered the lowest prices and gave up most of their profits, no one would come forward to take over. In the Chikuan Star domain, the Heiyu family is one of the 5 major colossal powers, even showing a trend of rising above the other 4 great powers. What worries me is that as time passes, other powers trading with our Kanglan Star will gradually withdraw as well. An elder spoke up, expressing his concerns. When the walls fall, the masses push. This saying remains true through the ages. Once this scene truly unfolds, if Kanglan Star's trade channels are completely blocked, it might potentially fall to the status of a low-grade life planet. I understand. What are your proposed solutions? Governor Song Wuyong sighed softly and continued. The simplest solution would naturally be for Lin Yuan to actively apologize to Mr. Ao of Heiyu. Participants said in a low voice. As soon as he spoke, everyone else immediately nodded. Only if Lin Yuan submits to Mr. Ao of Heiyu will the crisis of Kanglan Star naturally cease to exist, and trade with the Heiyu family will also be restored. If Mr. Lin is unwilling, what can I use to force him? Discuss other methods. Governor Song Wuyong, Lin Yuan, being a 4th-rank evolver and a champion of the arena contest, was a genius. If pushed too hard, he might just emigrate to another planet. Wouldn't Kanglan Star then suffer both a loss of a talent and its troops? Another method would be to continue looking for new trade partners. In the Chikuan Star domain, there certainly exist powers not intimidated by the Heiyu family. Someone sighed. This method, however, how easy could it be? Our trade partners just found that easily? And now that Kanglan Star has been blacklisted by the Heiyu family, convincing other powers to cooperate, risking offending the Heiyu family, will definitely require substantial sacrifices. Central Continent Manor. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, glancing outside the main building. Although he was unaffected by public opinion, his parents and Lin Yi evidently felt somewhat despondent, probably having seen the online comments targeting Lin Yuan. Cutting off someone's financial road is like killing their parents. Even if Lin Yuan is a 4th-rank evolver, even if Lin Yuan is an arena contest champion, there are still people who dare to curse Lin Yuan online. Of course, that's limited to the internet. So far, Lin Yuan had not encountered unidentified citizens near the manor. Given Lin Yuan's strength and status, they only dare to curse online. Real-life confrontation against a 4th-rank talented evolver? That would require the strength of a 5th-rank evolver at least. And a 5th-rank evolver would not likely offend Lin Yuan over this matter. Just wait a little longer. Lin Yuan closed his eyes. As long as he reached the 6th rank, everything would be over. Just as Lin Yuan was about to seclude himself, his intelligent assistant suddenly alerted him. Master, someone is looking for you. Who? Lin Yuan raised an eyebrow. It's Fang Qing. Virtual world. Personal space. Lin Yuan's figure appeared. He immediately clicked the accept request button. Shortly after, Fang Qing appeared in front of him. But even before Fang Qing's figure had fully crystallized, curses already filled the air. That damned Heiyu Ao. How dare he take advantage of my absence to oppress Kanglan Star? Who gave him the courage to do this? Chapter 207. The door to the Myriad Realms energy storage completed. 5th time travel? Personal space. Fang Qing cursed and swore continuously. His words were filled with disdain and contempt for He Yueo. He had used his family's power to pressure Lin Yuan, an evolver, even involving the whole Kanglan Star to force Lin Yuan into submission. In Fang Qing's view, this was beneath his dignity and was a disgrace to the Heyu family. Lin Yuan, rest assured, I've roughly got the gist of the matter. Fang Qing looked at Lin Yuan and began to speak. Since passing the test of the 7-star cave, Fang Qing had taken a spacecraft from the Red Kuan lineage to the Qikuan main star. Once there, Fang Qing had a lot to do, and his interaction with Lin Yuan had decreased. After all, joining the Red Kuan lineage didn't mean total peace and comfort. As a member of the Red Kuan lineage, Fang Qing had to face various competitions, leaving him with little spare time. I indeed do not want to become a subordinate of Heyu Ao. Lin Yuan shook his head and said, I know. Fang Qing nodded. Leave this matter to me. Fang Qing spoke with confidence. He was now a member of the Red Kuan lineage. And the Red Kuan lineage was the undisputed dominion of the Qikuan star domain. Any evolver even slightly associated with the Red Kuan lineage was set to soar to great heights. How much more so for Fang Qing, a formal member of the Red Kuan lineage. We'll start with diplomacy and, if necessary, move to force. Let's talk after meeting Heyu Ao. Fang Qing said calmly. If, by his intervention, Heyu Ao could be persuaded to stop targeting Kanglan Star, then all would be well and good. If Heyu Ao was unwilling, Fang Qing had ways to resolve the issue. Thanks. Lin Yuan expressed his gratitude with slight emotion. Facing the oppression of the Heyu family, Lin Yuan remained fearless because he knew his true trump card. But Fang Qing was unaware of it. Despite the overwhelming public pressure on Kanglan Star at present, Fang Qing still resolutely stood on his side, which could certainly be considered loyal. Next, in front of Lin Yuan, Fang Qing dialed Heyu Ao's contact. After a short while, the figure of Heyu Ao appeared before Fang Qing. Brother Fang, long time no see. Heyu Ao looked at Fang Qing with a smile on his face. In this session of the 7-star cave trials, only a little over 300 evolvers passed, and the Heyu family, being part of the Red Kuan lineage, naturally remembered these 300 clearly. Even during the recent celebration by the 13 Peak Masters, Fang Qing and the other new members of the Red Kuan lineage had interacted with the Heyu family and other powers, where Heyu Ao had exchanged a few words with Fang Qing. Heyu Ao, let's skip the pointless chatter. Fang Qing got straight to the point. Do you know where I come from? What do you mean, Brother Fang? The smile quickly disappeared from Heyu Ao's face. He obviously knew that Fang Qing came from Kanglan Star. But so what? He's only targeting Lin Yuan. All Lin Yuan has to do is bow his head to him, and the pressure on Kanglan Star will stop. In the grand scheme, Kanglan Star might lose some economy, but it wouldn't harm the overall situation. Lin Yuan is my best friend and brother. Kanglan Star is also my home planet. Withdraw your petty schemes. Fang Qing started talking. Oh! Heyu Ao's expression remained unchanged. What schemes? I have no idea what you're talking about. Still pretending? Fang Qing scoffed. You instructed the Heyu family's high levels to interrupt trade with Kanglan Star, and spread that all of this is because Lin Yuan did not accept your offer. Do you really think I can't see through such tricks? Brother Fang, you've misunderstood. Interrupting trade with Kanglan Star was the family leadership's decision. They think it's inappropriate to continue cooperation with Kanglan Star. What does that have to do with me?
Au veemently denied responsibility.
No matter what, he could not leave any evidence. Fang Qing was from the Red Kuan lineage, and even as just an ordinary member, he didn't want to get into a direct conflict with him. After all, interrupting trade with Kanglan Star was legal and legitimate. Even the goddess of wisdom could not find fault with it, so Fang Qing could not get a hold of any leverage over him. Heyu Ao, are you sure you want to be my enemy? Fang Qing stared at Heyu Ao, asserting each word distinctly. Brother Fang, what's this about being enemies? I don't have that kind of power. Heyu Ao shook his head as he spoke. Fine. Fang Qing immediately ended the call with Heyu Ao. This Heyu Ao, He's completely unyielding. Fang Qing rolled his eyes. It seems Lin Yuan's charm is indeed too great, making Heyu Ao risk offending the Red Kuan lineage rather than conceding. But it's not a big problem. Fang Qing stood up, looked at Lin Yuan and said, Lin Yuan, just wait for my good news. Having said that, Fang Qing disappeared from the spot. As Lin Yuan watched Fang Qing leave, he fell into deep thought. He had somewhat neglected Fang Qing's presence. Could be said that any person from the Red Kuan lineage intervening to help Lin Yuan deal with the Heyu family's oppression would draw the attention of many powers, putting Lin Yuan at risk of having his identity exposed. But Fang Qing was an exception, because Fang Qing also was from Kanglan Star, and had participated in tournaments with Lin Yuan. The two had a considerable connection. Now that Lin Yuan was being targeted by the Heyu family, and Fang Qing had joined the Red Kuan lineage and possessed the capability to solve the issue, his help would not raise suspicions. Even the most skilled diviners would not deduce anything, finding it entirely normal and reasonable. Within a magnificent palace, Heyu Ao sat on the throne. Young master, to show such disregard for Fang Qing's position, might it not be? Bei Zhao, having witnessed the entire process, showed a look of worry on his face. Don't worry. That Fang Qing is just an ordinary member of the Red Kuan lineage. He can't represent the entire Red Kuan lineage. Heyu Ao shook his head and said, and I didn't confront him directly. There's no telling evidence. What can they do to me? If it were a core member of the Red Kuan lineage, Heyu Ao would perhaps have to swallow his pride and yield, but a mere ordinary member? Especially one who had recently joined the Red Kuan lineage? Chapter 208. Heyu Ao didn't think there would be any hidden dangers, as long as he could successfully return to his family and take the Patriarch's throne. Then everything would be worth it. Chikuan Prime Virtual World. Within a temporarily established manor world, Fang Qing, along with over 300 other silhouettes, sat before a huge round table. These 300-plus silhouettes were all evolvers who joined the Red Kuan lineage with Fang Qing. They were the ones who passed the tests of the 7-star cave. In the Red Kuan lineage, with the 13 peak masters high above, the backgrounds of the members below varied greatly. Hence, members who joined in the same batch often had a closer relationship. After all, they were from the same class. Fang Qing, since you've called us here, get to the point. Indeed, with our relation we speak frankly. Before the round table, one evolver after another spoke up. But the majority remained silent, not taking a stance. Among them were the silver-haired woman Yin Ling, a male member of the Tri-Eye clan, and the nearly 3-meter-tall strong man. As the earners of the red patterns in the 7-star cave test, even after joining the Red Kuan lineage, these three held a not insignificant status. They had been invited purely based on the face of having joined the Red Kuan lineage in the same batch. Everyone. Fang Qing looked at the crowd and said solemnly, my home, Kanglan Star, is currently being suppressed by the Heyu family. They interrupted trade with Kanglan Star and implemented despicable economic sanctions. I implore you all to persuade the forces behind you to trade with Kanglan Star. Fang Qing spoke earnestly. The worst impact of the Heyu family cutting off trade with Kanglan Star wasn't the loss of the Heyu family as a partner. It was a series of subsequent negative effects. Other forces, upon seeing the Heyu family pulling out, might follow suit. To stem this tide, the only way was to swiftly rebuild trading channels with other powers. The other powers mentioned here, first and foremost, must not be afraid of the Heyu family. Only with the restabilization of trading relations could Lin Yuan be taken out of the center of public opinion. Many evolvers here were formal members of the Red Kuan lineage, and the forces behind them naturally didn't care much for the Heyu family. So that's the situation. The despicable Heyu family. Using their size as a weapon, they bully the weak everywhere. Brother Fang Qing, I'll definitely help you with this. Before the round table, many evolvers shared a common enemy and readily pounded their chests in promise. Of course, the reason these evolvers said so was completely because of Fang Qing's face. By agreeing to help Fang Qing at this moment, it meant that he owed them a favor, and in the future, Fong Qing would have to help them as best as he could. Kanglin Star. At this time, the male member of the Tri-Eye clan spoke up. If my memory serves me right, wasn't this whole issue caused by Heyu Ao of the Heyu family trying to recruit Lin Yuan, who refused, resulting in these events? Fong Qing, you just need to wait for a while. As soon as Lin Yuan bows his head on his own, the trade sanctions against Kanglin Star will disappear. Are you sure you want to use so many favors just to help your friend? The male member of the Tri-Eye clan looked at Fong Qing with interest. The other evolvers at the round table also turned their attention to Fong Qing. They didn't care if the Heyu family bullied the weak. The reason so many evolvers went along with what Fong Qing said was entirely for the sake of a favor. After all, this incident wasn't much for them, just the addition of a trade route. Under the gaze of everyone, Fong Qing's eyebrows furrowed slightly. In his mind, he couldn't help but recall the advice of his old teacher, the white-bearded old man, when he first heard about the plight of Kanglin Star. Help, you must help. Even if it leads to bankruptcy, you must help. The white-bearded old man understood the whole story and couldn't help but roar. Ha! Fong Qing was taken aback. He had thought about helping, and had even started to think of an escape route for Lin Yuan. But to see the white-bearded old man so excited, he was somewhat puzzled. Fool! The white-bearded old man glanced at Fong Qing. Tell me, if you hadn't joined the Red Kuan lineage, facing the recruitment by Heyu Ao, would you have accepted? The white-bearded old man asked in return. I should probably have accepted. Fong Qing thought it over carefully and nodded. Not having joined the Red Kuan lineage meant that he had no backing. Facing such a colossal entity like the Heyu family, there was no way to resist or refuse. Unless he spent his life staying on his planet and never venturing out, the moment he left to explore or travel, he would have to watch out for the Heyu family taking action against him. Then you tell me, is your brother Lin stupid? The white-bearded old man continued to question. Lin Yuan is, of course, not stupid, Fong Qing said without hesitation. What do you mean? Fong Qing suddenly realized. If Lin Yuan isn't stupid, yet he made a decision that seems foolish, what do you think is the reason? The bearded old man led the way. Lin Yuan has other trump cards up his sleeve. He doesn't take the Heyu family. No, Heyu Ao seriously. Fong Qing said excitedly. At least you have some brains. The bearded old man said contentedly. By helping your brother Lin now, you are providing timely help. Do you understand? I'm certain. At the round table, Fong Qing looked at the many evolvers and nodded as he spoke. Anyone who helps me today, I will promise a favor in return. If there's any issue in the future, just come to me directly. Humph. Seeing this, a Tri-Eye clan man snorted coldly and immediately disappeared. He was too lazy to get involved in these trivial matters, and he valued Fong Qing's promise of a favor even less. However, aside from the Tri-Eye clan man and a few others, the majority of evolvers still gave Fong Qing face. Even the silver-haired woman Yin Ling promised to have a word with the force behind her. After all, this matter was of no difficulty to them and helping out wouldn't cost them much. Virtual world, private space. Heyu Ao's expression was gloomy. Damn it! Heyu Ao's eyes narrowed. I didn't expect that Fong Qing would willingly owe so many favors for Lin Yuan, and ask so many fellow students to establish trade relationships with Kanglin Star.
Au felt somevathelplis.
He originally thought that Fong Qing was just playing around, putting on a show for Lin Yuan. But he didn't expect Fong Qing to genuinely stand up for Lin Yuan and pay such a high price. And the Red Kuan lineage, are they really that united to oppose the Heyu family along with Fong Qing? Heyu Ao's face became even more sullen. Young master, what should we do now? Below in the Great Hall, Bei Zhao tentatively asked. What to do? What else can we do? Do I dare to go against the great Red Kuan lineage? Heyu Ao waved his hand. If I dare to do that, I would be forcibly taken back by the family. Playing dumb in front of Fong Qing was one thing, which didn't lead to serious consequences, nor did it have much to do with the Red Kuan lineage. But now, if he dared to meddle further, he would truly become an enemy of the Red Kuan lineage. With so many formal members of the Red Kuan lineage stepping forward, Heyu naturally knew what to do. Time passed by. In the blink of an eye, more than half a year had passed. Central Continent Manor. Lin Yuan finished his cultivation and glanced at the internet. The influence of the Heyu family has essentially been eradicated. Lin Yuan stepped out of the underground training field. In the past half-year, as many members of the Red Kuan lineage had come forward and persuaded their respective forces to establish trade with Kanglan Star, the influence of the Heyu family naturally dwindled. As for the curses against Lin Yuan on the internet, they had long since faded into oblivion. It was as if the entire event had never happened. This is human nature. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. He wasn't bothered by it, but his parents' and sister's mood had obviously improved significantly recently. Half a year's time, soul compatibility. Lin Yuan slightly closed his eyes, beginning to sense the level of his soul compatibility. Half a year ago, his soul compatibility had reached 20%. Now, after 7 to 8 months of continuous refinement of the martial path evolutionary path, Lin Yuan was beginning to feel that his soul compatibility was about to reach perfection. 85%. Lin Yuan opened his eyes, a smile appearing on his face. An 85% soul compatibility meant he was in the latter phase of transformation, getting very close to stepping into the 6th rank. Just as Lin Yuan was planning to continue his cultivation to perfect the martial arts evolution system and increase his soul compatibility, suddenly, Lin Yuan's expression changed slightly, because, deep in his mind, the grand and imposing door to the myriad realms at the edge had been completely illuminated. Chapter 209 Rejection. The moment the outer region of the door to the myriad realms lit up, Lin Yuan knew. Is it possible to travel now? Lin Yuan's mind went to the depths of his consciousness, gazing at that majestic and grand door to the myriad realms. Just now. Lin Yuan slightly furrowed his brows. He was at a critical period, transitioning from the 5th rank to the 6th rank. The soul compatibility had already reached 85%, very close to perfection. Increasing the soul compatibility required Lin Yuan to devote all his energy to enlightenment and the perfecting of the martial path evolutionary path. If he were to travel now, with his consciousness descending into other worlds, it would be equivalent to halting the process of soul evolution. After the trip, when Lin Yuan stepped into the 6th rank in a foreign world and returned to the main world, he would still need to spend time and energy to complete the last part of his soul compatibility. What Lin Yuan truly worried about wasn't the above. Rather, abruptly ceasing the soul evolution could lead to some undesirable outcomes, such as soul compatibility not progressing but regressing, or the speed of compatibility suddenly slowing down, etc. In the long years of human civilization in the universe, some 5th rank evolvers, while matching their souls with their evolution paths, experienced various interruptions due to accidents. When they restarted the evolution and compatibility, they found that the speed and efficiency of soul compatibility were significantly affected. Forget it. I will travel after completing the soul transformation into the 6th rank. Lin Yuan's expression revealed a brief contemplation, and finally, he made up his mind. Delaying the travel wouldn't cause any loss to Lin Yuan. The door to the myriad realms would still continue to accumulate energy. Just like a 10-liter cup constantly dripping water into it, the moment the water in the cup reached 1 liter, Lin Yuan could travel. The instant he traveled, it would consume that 1 liter of water. But if he chose not to travel, that 1 liter of water wouldn't disappear. It would still remain in the cup, not affecting the subsequent increase of water in the cup. Theoretically, Lin Yuan could wait for years and travel continuously, or try other functions of the door to the myriad realms, like what uses would there be after lighting up the core region. Outside Kanglan Star, a spaceship slowly stopped, undergoing star platform security inspection. Boss, we've arrived at Kanglan Star. We've reached our destination. Inside the ship, a green-haired young man excitedly said, "It's my first time leaving my home planet. Kanglan Star must have many fun places, right?" Fun. A green-haired, middle-aged man opened his eyes and sighed. You'll see how painful it is to be stationed on such a middle-grade life planet for a long time. The green-haired middle-aged man glanced at the green-haired young man. Ah? Painful? The green-haired young man blinked in surprise. Could it be something good? The green-haired middle-aged man scoffed. The various entertainment activities, welfare benefits, and the supply of cosmic energy on a middle-grade life planet. Can they compare to those on a higher-grade life planet? This time, if it wasn't for the young lady's orders to establish a trade outpost on Kanglan Star, I wouldn't have wanted to come here. The green-haired, middle-aged man sighed again. Yes, it said that a genius evolver from Kanglan Star, Lin Yuan, rejected Heyu Ao's recruitment, causing the whole Kanglan Star to be targeted and suppressed. Fortunately, another genius evolver from Kanglan Star, Fang Qing, joined the Red Kuan lineage. Fang Qing and Lin Yuan have a deep relationship, so Fang Qing, for Lin Yuan's sake, sought the help of the young lady and other Red Kuan lineage evolvers, trying to rebuild the trade channels. The green-haired youth obviously did his homework before coming. It's his first time leaving his homeland planet. Naturally, he must prepare thoroughly. Fang Qing is really considerate. The green-haired young man said somewhat enviously. Who wouldn't hope to have such a friend who would stand up for them when they are being oppressed and bullied? Indeed, Fang Qing is loyal, but that Lin Yuan, he simply doesn't recognize favors. The green-haired middle-aged man shook his head. With Mr. Ao's status personally recruiting, showing respect and humility, yet Lin Yuan even dared to refuse, recklessly implicating the entire Kanglan Star. Such a person is extremely selfish in nature. Without Fang Qing's help, his future would definitely be miserable. The green-haired, middle-aged man slowly said. His view was also the view of most people, especially those assigned to establish the trade station, who harbored some resentment towards Lin Yuan. That is true. The green-haired youth nodded slightly. He had been taught by his family from a young age to sacrifice everything for the family when necessary. If he was in Lin Yuan's position, he would never make such self-centered decisions. Actually, there's no need to wait for later. As Fang Qing just joined the Red Kuan lineage, remembering his friendship with Lin Yuan, but as time passes, with the help of the Red Kuan lineage, Fang Qing will soar, stepping into 5th rank, stepping into 6th rank. But Lin Yuan, even though he is a once-in-decades evolution genius from Kanglan Star, will most likely stop at the 5th rank. As the gap in strength between the two grows larger, can their friendship still be maintained? How could a dragon ever be friends with an ant? The green-haired, middle-aged man shared his thoughts. In hundreds, thousands of years, Fang Qing's fondness for Lin Yuan will naturally fade. The green-haired, middle-aged man said calmly. Indeed, peers of the same strength level can't become friends. The green-haired young man nodded in agreement. Central Continent Manor, main building. I must achieve perfection in soul compatibility transformation as soon as possible. Since the door to the myriad realms could enable travel at any time, Lin Yuan thought about hastening the speed of his soul compatibility. Perhaps I could spar with other strong evolvers? Chapter 210. Lin Yuan appeared pensive. Sparring with evolvers of different evolution paths had significantly increased the efficiency of Lin Yuan's enlightenment, especially in terms of perfecting martial Tao, since Lin Yuan intended to transcend the limitations of Taiyin, accommodating all the Daos in the world, then exchanging blows with numerous evolvers, sensing their Daos and paths, evidently had a certain progressive effect. Might as well, since I'm free anyway. Lin Yuan connected his consciousness to the virtual world and entered the arena area. The virtual world contained many areas: living areas, trading areas, central plaza areas, and the arena area. The arena area was specially designed for evolvers to spar with each other. Every session of the Cosmic Human Alliance's arena competition was held in the arena area. Of course, only evolvers under 100 years old could participate in the arena competition. As for those over 100, those truly powerful evolvers, 5th rank, 6th rank, if they wished to spar, they would choose the arena area. Registering. Strength, 5th rank, 12 segments, beginning soul fusion metamorphosis. Identity, hidden, Lin Yuan entered the arena area, disguised as a wandering evolver traveling through the universe, and began selecting opponents. This person has been undergoing soul fusion metamorphosis for over 200 years, almost reaching 90% fusion, applying for a challenge. And this person, from the Wanyang lineage, a core holy son, no less significant than a Red Kuan lineage peak master, applying.
Unique physique, noble bloodline.
About to step into 6th rank? Apply for a challenge quickly, otherwise, once he reaches 6th rank, I won't be able to apply. Lin Yuan spent half a day selecting over 100 opponents. These 100+ opponents were carefully chosen by Lin Yuan, and even if their strength didn't match his, the difference wasn't much. They could definitely put pressure on Lin Yuan. And the evolution paths of these people were extremely rare and special, which had a good stimulating effect on Lin Yuan. After applying for challenges one by one, Lin Yuan began to wait. At this moment, the voice of the smart assistant rang. Master, Governor Song Wuyong would like to see you. Virtual world, personal space. Lin Yuan's figure appeared. Before long, Song Wuyong also materialized in front of him. We've finally gotten over this crisis without any danger. A trace of relief appeared on Song Wuyong's face. As a planetary governor, if Kanglan Star experienced economic regression or other negative impacts during his tenure, it would cause a disastrous blow to his political achievements. Fortunately, everything had ended. Under Fang Qing's leadership, numerous powers began to retrade with Kanglan Star, and even through these connections, Kanglan Star unexpectedly embarked on a development beyond what was anticipated. It was a blessing in disguise. If it hadn't been for Lord Fang Qing this time, we really would have been in trouble. Governor Song Wuyong said. Indeed. Lin Yuan nodded. In fact, Lin Yuan didn't feel much of it himself. Even if the outside criticism was loud, he could ignore it all. But his parents and sister had to endure some cyber violence. So Fang Qing's willingness to stand up, even though he didn't bring substantial help to Lin Yuan, at least eased the psychological pressure on the family. For this, Lin Yuan was quite grateful. Lord Fang Qing stepping in was entirely out of the friendship with you, Mr. Lin. I hope you'll interact more in the future, Governor Song Wuyong suggested with an implication. The implication was that he hoped Lin Yuan would get closer to Fang Qing, because there was no guarantee that Fang Qing would be willing to step forth next time. Lin Yuan's expression remained calm. He knew that Song Wuyong's words had no malice. They were entirely from his own perspective. Having finally held on to a powerful benefactor, it was natural to hold on tightly, especially members of the Red Kuan lineage like Fang Qing, who might become significant figures of the entire star domain in the future. Song Wuyong chatted with Lin Yuan for a while and then got up to leave. Now that Kanglan Star's trade routes had just been rebuilt, too many issues required his attention as the governor. Disconnecting his consciousness from the virtual world, Lin Yuan walked out of the main building to the grass field outside. Brother! Sister Lin Yi, standing on a shield-shaped weapon and using her thought power to control it, flew over. That Heiyuao really is petty, pressuring Kanglan Star just because you didn't accept his offer. Well, isn't he embarrassed now? Lin Yi couldn't help but comment. But it's good, brother's friend is capable. Many of my girlfriends are envious of brother for having made such a great friend. Lin Yi continued. Is that so? Lin Yuan's expression remained calm. In this period, along with the quelling of public opinion, Lin Yi had also gotten some of her resentment out. Virtual world. Fang Qing and Lin Yuan sat facing each other. There isn't much left to worry about, Fang Qing said. Heiyuao doesn't seem to be causing any trouble right now. They probably don't dare to come up with any ideas. Having said this, Fang Qing stared at Lin Yuan and continued, Big brother Lin, are you interested in joining the Red Kuan lineage? I will have a referral spot available soon, which I can give to you. The channels for joining the Red Kuan lineage weren't limited to the challenges of the 7-star cave. There were many official means of entry. Referral was one of the simplest. Every 100 years, every official member of the Red Kuan lineage gets one chance to refer. That is to recommend other evolvers to join the Red Kuan lineage. Of course, evolvers who join the Red Kuan lineage via referral are only the lowest tier peripheral members. They must pass numerous challenges to continue staying with the Red Kuan lineage. Naturally, even with a referral, for most evolvers it's an opportunity that's hard to come by. After all, this is the Red Kuan lineage, the supreme ruler of the Chikuan star domain. Even just staying inside for a few years is a brag-worthy qualification. Referral. Lin Yuan fell into thought. As the peak master of Chikuan's rigorous 13 peaks, did he even need a referral? Big brother Lin, what do you think? Although Fang Qing did not know the source of Lin Yuan's confidence to reject the recruitment offer from Heiyuao, due to their relationship, Fang Qing still wanted to give Lin Yuan a helping hand. With Big Brother Lin's direction, after joining the Red Kuan lineage, although only as a peripheral member, with my support and your talent, becoming an official member later on won't be difficult, said Fang Qing. Fang Qing considered Lin Yuan's situation thoroughly. Let's talk about it another time, Lin Yuan said with a smile. Okay. Fang Qing nodded. Young master. The 222 evolvers you intended to recruit have all agreed and signed the contract, said the old man in a... Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today.